This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports. It nearly feels like yesterday, obviously, we just interviewed you, Gerard, but I guess obviously we'll not sort of touch too much on last week, but you moved the 3-0 in the Europe Hotel last week on obviously a card that was headlined by Coleman and Liam Gaynor. Obviously, I think the reason it's sort of come to interview you today because I know that there's an announcement coming today. Obviously that's why you're back in the gym here today, but obviously in 4 weeks from today you're going to be fighting on the Feile in the Falls Park. It's probably, I would say, maybe like Paddy in a way. It's a sort of the dream come true moment. You sort of wanted a big card. You know, you obviously fought in Manchester in your debut. You've now fought in two Mark and Lob shows. You're getting to fight in a Cullen boxing show, which was pretty much rumoured last year. You know, obviously I think it was looking like you were maybe potentially going to make your debut in August last year on mixed card, but you're obviously now getting the obviously fighting a Cullen card, and obviously your gym mate Paddy McCrory headlining. Tell me obviously how your thoughts initially on that, because I know last week you weren't allowed to say anything obviously about it coming up, but you must be delighted you're getting a chance in the Falls Park.
Hi mate, it is like that's sort of, it is like a dream come true. That's where you want to be, like them big shows that the Condons are putting on. That's where all the professional boxers in Belfast sort of want to be on. So yeah, we were offered something maybe about 2 weeks ago, and I said yes right away, and then that was why the fight in Europa was changed from a 4 to 6. So I agreed it 100%, and then there'll be obviously an announcement today on what the crack is.
And so is it a domestic fight? Obviously, is this a domestic fight? Because obviously I know your fight last week was a 6-rounder, and when it's sort of been pushed through, that maybe suggests that is this announcement today, is it going to be for the Celtic title against another domestic fighter, or what is obviously it's a fight you've agreed to?
Well, it was meant to be a domestic fight, but I agreed and the other party didn't, so I don't know. I'm sort of putting that behind me. I'm still getting a great opportunity in fighting on the card. So, I've sort of just put that behind me. And listen, if it was able to happen here in 4 weeks, it'll be able to happen at any time. Do you know what I mean? I'll always be ready for that fight.
And so the domestic fight's sort of not happening now, but I guess the good thing for you is you got a 6-rounder last week. Obviously you've been able to, because I know when we spoke previously we were going, I'm not sure if it was a 4 or 6, you were able to get 6 rounds in and obviously help your development. So the domestic fight that's been agreed isn't happening, and obviously I'm doing this in advance of any announcement, so I'm not sure who it is or what it is. So
it was Rudy Faw. There was meant to be a fight between me and Rudy Faw. I bumped my fight last week up to 6 for it, and then this week it was just, I had heard that that he was out. So again, whatever the reasoning is, I don't know, but I really don't care, to be honest. I'm still getting my opportunity, and listen, we'll get it on down the line. Do you know what I mean? I agreed. I fought there Saturday, and I agreed to do it 4 weeks later. He's not agreed, and I move on, and he's going to do whatever he's going to do.
I guess obviously, and probably maybe Ridden's obviously side is obviously his partner's just had a child, and obviously whether that's had an impact. But I guess I don't know all the ins and outs of it, but obviously if an agreement was made prior to your fight last week, obviously they then had the child on, I think, Saturday evening or Sunday. But obviously now that's not happening. But I guess it probably shows your intent in a way that you're happy to get straight in there and have domestic fights. I guess that's all we seem to be seeing the last couple of years. We've obviously had Colm and Liam went again for the second time. We've had Jamie Morrissey and Kevin Cronin going at it. Everybody's in domestic fights. That shows your intent, that you're not just happy to plod along and take, not regard it as easy ones, because obviously last week was by no means easy in patches of the fight as well, but it shows your intent. You're happy to get straight in there, and I guess being in a stable here where everybody's picking up belts, you want to join that conveyor belt of getting a belt yourself.
Definitely, it's sort of like a blueprint now that you sort of follow. If you're coming through, like you had Paddy early in his career, he fought 50-50 domestics, and look where it catapulted him. You have Murph, he fought Rudy, and then he fought your Gaynor, and everybody. It's sort of like the path to follow. Do you know what I mean? They get on these big shows and they get a bit of a following going, and obviously the product that is you're going to get titles as well, because they're domestics, you know what I mean? So you qualify for titles, so.
Does it show the confidence that sort of you're building? Obviously, I know you had a couple of years out from the amateurs, moving across into the pros. But does it show the confidence that you're building now, that you're happy to get straight in with a fight with Rudy Farrell? Is it just that you see, I don't know, it's probably not that you see it as an easy touch. Obviously your gym mate here in Colin Murphy obviously beaten for the belt in August last year. So do you sort of, what was the reason behind you sort of taking it? But do you see it in the belt, or are you seeing it obviously as an opportunity for you to get your name out there more on a bigger scale? I guess obviously having a Celtic belt around your waist as well would obviously help, but do you see a sort of weakness in Rudy Farrell that you're there to sort of exploit?
100%. I wouldn't take a fight that there's, you better watch up where, I wouldn't take a fight that I wouldn't think I was going to win. Do you know what I mean? And especially it was a big he's going to start. It was a big opportunity. Do you know what I mean? And like what if I didn't take that, then what would it be in? What would I be doing it for? Do you know what I mean? What, to just fight fucking journeyman all my career? So I seen that it was a good opportunity, and it was for a belt, and listen, fucking, I said 110%, let's do it. But again, that side didn't take it, so we move on, and listen, me on my side, I'll always agree to that fight. Do you know what I mean? So whenever it happens, and maybe it's for better. Do you know what I mean? I get to buy a wee bit more time and get a wee bit more experience, and same with him. Do you know what I mean? He's coming off a loss to Callum. He's had a 4-rounder, I think. So he gets a chance to sort of build himself back up. So, probably makes sense. Maybe leaving it another while, but again, I was ready to go here in 4 weeks.
I think I'm going to take some sort of credit in the fact, because obviously I remember Rudy obviously messaged. I think there was a stage where I was sort of doing domestic sort of fights, and I think a couple of days had passed, and Rudy had messaged me and said, What about a fight with you and him? And I know he's had posts and stuff since. It said no super bantamweights in Ireland when they fight him. You're a super bantamweight. You've agreed to the fight, and for whatever reason, obviously, and he'll probably give his reasons afterwards. But he's obviously come out and said no. But you've obviously shown your intent. You're probably now in a 1-up to go. I accept that they fight you. You've pulled out. Let me hear your reason as to why you're not fighting. But you're happy. Is it going to be a 6-rounder then you're going to fight in 4 weeks' time on the field? Just building the blocks, I guess, a bit more experience. I guess it'll probably leave you in a better standing for whenever the fight does happen then.
Yeah, definitely. Like last week, that was it was only, my fight was only changed from a 6-rounder, I think, on the Wednesday. So I didn't prepare for 6-rounder, so it's good to sort of have a bit of time to prepare for 6. But yeah, listen, I agreed to fight. Again, he'll have obviously his reasons. He did just have a kid. You know what I mean, which is understandable in ways. But don't call people out and don't say no, he's going to fight you, and then when somebody fights you, you pull out. You know what I mean? So, but again, he'll have his reasons.
And obviously, I guess it's going to be a big occasion for Ballycastle. Obviously, it's going to be another day out for everybody. Obviously in 4 weeks' time, outdoor venue in the Feile. Have you been to the Feile? You at the Feile? Have you been at the Feile before?
Yeah, I've been to every one. So it is. It's mental. I've a good amount of tickets down. I haven't actually. I've just said to people close to me, but I haven't put advertised or anything for it, or said obviously I'm on the show. Obviously that'll be announced today, but it'll be good. It'll be a good turnout. And
obviously Conor Quinn's obviously on the card as well, and Paddy's on the card. And I was saying to Colin Murphy last week before last week's card, every card's becoming a D Walsh card. Your people's nearly unhappy now. There's only one of the fighters on the card, and I guess it's given you and obviously Conor an opportunity to sort of see on how you can progress in the card. Like as you mentioned there, Paddy obviously fought in the Feile in 2019 against Steve Collins for the Celtic belt, and look what it done to his career since. He ran about like a turkey after he won, doing laps of the ring. And obviously look where his career sort of went since. 4 years down the line, he's obviously won the ABO belt in Germany. He obviously was pretty much regarded as being like the away fighter during the pandemic, and obviously stopping an English fighter as well. So it's obviously a big opportunity for you, obviously in 4 weeks' time, to sort of get more eyes onto you, because obviously that's what you want. You're still building your profile, so get more eyes onto you, get more fans, and obviously lead to bigger opportunities.
100%. That's a big opportunity. It's a big platform, and to have you've me on it, you've Conor on it, you've Paddy on it. Like that's what you want to be doing. You want to be fighting on these shows with your teammates, your stablemate. Do you know what I mean? Obviously Paddy's headlining. I agreed did about a week ago, and then there's Conor been announced there yesterday, so it's class, like, do you know what I mean? And we're all sort of building together, and then it's also good too, because we're all in the gym now and we can train and push each other on. Do you know what I mean? If there was one or two of us on the card, then it's different. So to have an hour person there, it's good for the training as well. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely is. Well, look, obviously I know it's still early morning here, and obviously you've yet to do your training session. I need to watch because obviously I have to go out through the gym. So I think Dee will obviously have me in the ring if I obviously keep you for too long. But obviously,
I heard there's sparring coming for you.
I don't think so.
I heard there's sparring coming for you.
I think I'm past that stage now. I'm into my 40s now, so I think obviously at this stage you have to give it up.
Big Carl's coming. That's what it is.
I seen Big Carl last week.
He's made an appearance again. He's back. He's been good. He's been well behaved. So he's
and he was sparring the other day as well. He was sparring Tommy McCarthy the other day.
He's nuts. He actually texted me, I think it was on Monday or something, and said he was fucking going down to spar. But Big Carl's being well behaved. So when he's well behaved, he's about. When he's not well behaved, he gets fucked out. I mean,
do you know what he said to me on Saturday night? He says I'm the Freddie Roach of the boxing game.
He said that.
He said. I think he said. I don't know if obviously I don't know if it was his broken Polish or whatever, but I think he said it was a Freddie Roach of the media world.
Is he admitting retirement then? Is that what he's doing?
I don't know what he said he's doing. Like, I think it got to that stage whenever he said it was like a Freddie Roach of the boxing world. It was sort of going, he's up to something here. But I don't know. I don't know what he's up to. Obviously, I think he said obviously about your Ballycastle shows, and he says we must get an interview done. But obviously, I said to him, unless he comes back as a pro, he's not getting an interview.
Don't be giving him an interview. You have to. I'm his PR. You go through me. Do you know what I mean? And then I have to give him a script to talk. Because see, if you let him talk, he'll fall out with everyone. I mean, he falls out with everyone.
But look, it's great to obviously get a catch up as usual. Obviously, I guess it's less than a week from our last one as well. But obviously, I'll let you have a couple of weeks without interviews now, and obviously we'll catch up with you, I'm sure, in Fight Week at the Falls Park. But thanks for your time as always, Gerard.
Lovely, Morty. Thank you very much, man.